Since it's a little easier to picture a destination by seeing pictures and videos, I thought I'd take a few minutes to show you our trip from January 17th to the 21st, 2015, starting just with the minibus ride from the Montego Bay Airport right up to the gates of Hyatt Zilara and Ziva all-inclusive resort in Jamaica. It's about a 10 or 15 minute ride from the airport, and immediately you can tell it is a work in progress. But as soon as you arrive on the Zilara side, where we did, saw the restaurants right off the reception area and then got off the bus and looked straight ahead to the incredible pool area and the ocean out there in the distance, we could tell this place was also very impressive. As I'll describe as we move forward, it all had to do with your attitude. Now, as a little background, my wife and I are 40-ish-year-old parents of 2 kids. We haven't had a getaway vacation by ourselves in a while, so we racked up the miles to make our flights from Iowa free. And then we each earned 2 Hyatt nights for their credit cards. And so we booked a completely free 4-night stay at Zilara. And what we got was this view looking toward the northeast. Let's start with the video around the pool, back toward the lobby we just came from. You're looking at building 4. That's the main Zilara building. We'll go inside in just a minute, but as you can see, the Zilara pool is surrounded by cabanas, chairs in the very shallow water, and chairs all over the deck on the pool as well. This Martin Luther King Jr. weekend, the place wasn't very busy. One bellman told us about 30% full, but as we pan around building 1, that's the building 1 from the Ritz-Carlton that closed about a year and a half ago. It's 5 stories tall, and actually we stayed there the first 2 nights. Again, the building to its right is building 1, the brand new structure that's actually still not quite finished. Our second 2 nights, we stayed there on the 2nd floor. The building wasn't very full, so we asked if we could move over, and they let us right in that room that it ended with. Now, back here, this video you're looking at now, this is inside building 1. Again, this is the old Ritz-Carlton building, and in the hallways around the elevators, you can tell this building has some age on it. The hallways are decorated very early 90s, late 80s, and while it's not in awful condition, you can tell it's not new either. Just look at the decorations and painting around the elevator. I read that when Zilara opened back in December, they weren't always working, the elevators weren't, but we had no elevator problems. It was just kind of dark inside the elevator. Now, step inside the rooms in building 1, that same building, you'll find something very different. We had a very normal room on the 5th floor and found it to be very nice. It felt much newer than the hallways did. It's a king-size bed, the end table and chairs, the HD TV all seemed nice and new. Inside the bathroom in that 5th floor room in building 1, we did not have a rainfall shower head like the website referenced to, but we had a tub and twin sinks, which all seemed nice. Every room has a minibar stocked daily with complimentary Red Stripe, rum, pop and water, and a few bags of chips as well. They had 2 robes per room, and the view from our 5th floor room overlooked the ocean and the Ziva pool, which had significantly more children since the Ziva side is geared more toward families. Those are building 2 and 3 in the distance, and then down below us you can see the swim-up rooms, but these are on the north and east sides of the building, so beware. About half of the swim-up rooms are never going to see the sun. Now, while we're talking about the Ziva side, which you were just looking at, we'll take you over to their lobby and the reception area. This is the old reception area of the old Ritz-Carlton, and although it's several decades old, it is very classy, this open area. There's a coffee bar and a stocked bar that's, of course, complimentary there. As you pass through the lobby and go outside onto the veranda, you can see that same Ziva pool I showed you from up in our room. It's very impressive. The water temperature over here on the Ziva side is much warmer. At Zilara, the pool is very chilly, and so is even the hot tub. We, like so many others, asked them to turn up their temperature, but it never improved. Here at Ziva, it's much nicer. The hot tubs still aren't hot, but at least they're warm. That's building 1 on the left, half Ziva and half Zilara, and then building 2 on the right. That's all Ziva. The ocean's out there in the distance with the beach running along it. So let's talk about the beach. This is video from back over on the Zilara side, and this is not exactly awesome. This is as far left or west on the property as you can go. It's not great yet over the Zilara side. It's sandy where the chairs are, but in the water it's very rocky and it's hard to walk in. We've heard of seaweed problems out in the water, but we didn't see that, just some on shore. It just isn't very scenic. Skid loaders were working on it all week, but it still has a ways to go. That's Zilara's pool and a steak and seafood restaurant, and the Zilara spa that has some outdoor massage rooms. But in the distance, back down by Ziva's gazebo, that beach down there at Ziva is much better. That beach is all sandy. Many more people were using it, including several families. Everywhere we went, the servers were offering us drinks at both sides. There's a jerk chicken shack that's right there, very good, by Ziva's beach, and they actually have chicken, pork, and sausage there all as well. Excuse me. Speaking of drinks, both pools have swim-up bars. This is back at Zilara's chillier pool. The servers and bartenders would make whatever you wanted. The beer was Red Stripe or sometimes Corona. And while I'm no alcohol expert, it seemed like most people were satisfied there. The staff was great and entertaining and seemed to really be enjoying their jobs. There were some carts that wandered around offering hot dogs or crepes, or about half the restaurants were also open at lunchtime. Now, earlier I showed you inside Old Building 1. That's where we started our trip. But after they let us move to an open room in this new building, Building 4, we could notice a huge difference as soon as we walked down the hallways. Building 4 has fancier suites, and it only has rooms facing the pool. So if you're in Building 4, you're going to be facing the water. First floor is only swim-up suites. So we were on second floor at the end of the hallway, where they, for some reason, still hadn't rolled out the carpet. But again, it didn't bother us. It was nice. Inside our room's door, there wasn't much to the right, but to the left is where everything is in this room. Down there in the distance is where the bed is. We'll get to that in a minute. First, let's stop in the bathroom. We had a very roomy walk-in shower with glass doors and that rainfall shower head that felt great, nice warm water. But there was also a handheld option too, if that's what you wanted. The toilet, it's just a toilet. 2 sinks with big, nice mirrors and a bathtub that was huge. Incidentally, they had good fluffy towels in addition to those robes and slippers. But you can walk right through the bathroom and into the bedroom. It has a moving translucent door in between them if you want some privacy. But if you want to, you could also take a shower and have nothing between you and the ocean but just air. Again, there's the moving door that slides closed if you're feeling shy. Now, there is a little storage and a desk, and right here there is a king bed in the middle of the room. All the lights are operated by touchscreen buttons around the room. There's a little sitting area, an HD TV on the wall. Incidentally, they had about 36 American channels, including ESPN International and ESPN2, along with some Jamaican channels. But the reception was kind of fuzzy. But again, we weren't there to watch TV, so it didn't bug us. The minibar was stocked with pretty much the same things as the other rooms, especially Red Stripe and Red Stripe Light. And then the balcony is pretty good sized with nice furniture outside and overlooking the pool. Just the feel of this room in Building 4 was so much classier than the room over in Building 1 to the right there. I have a sense they'll eventually do more renovations in that first building, but right now they're just trying to pave sidewalks and plant trees. And so let's talk about that. This place, especially the Zilara side, is definitely not done yet. Locals in green shirts are all over the place every day, laying sidewalk pavers and planting a lot of landscaping bushes, palm trees, and similar plants. And they're working on things like the 5th floor of the Zilara building and the beach. So if staying in the middle of a work in progress is going to bug you, beware. But if you're of our mindset that, well, we got a good deal, we want to enjoy the sun, the drinks and the really good service from every bellman are good, the server and the bartenders are great, then you're going to enjoy this place. But just beware, it's not quite done. As for the food, we loved almost everything we had. The Italian restaurant was our least favorite, but the Brazilian place was awesome, and so was this surf and turf place you're looking at now we had at Horizons near the Zilara pool. The French place was good as well. I included a couple of menus on here just in case you wanted to take the time and stop and pause and look at what some of the menus are offered. Again, no prices on any of them because it's all inclusive. So, as of the last week of January, there's no doubt Zilara has some work to do. I wish it was further along, but it isn't. The food is good, the service is great, and the temperature sure beats Iowa, and for us, the price was awesome. I'd love to see this place in another 6 months or a year to see how it's grown up. So I hope that this video has kind of helped you make your decisions on how you can pack and what to expect, what to see when you're there. If you're headed down anytime soon, have a rum punch and some chicken by the shack by the beach for us and enjoy yourself. And as you fly away, you can say, yeah, man.